Good afternoon, viewers, and I'd like to welcome you to the first episode ever of the Smooth Effect Reviews. Now, my name is TJ Smooth, and I'm here to pretty much review anything that goes on with music. I will review anything to do with albums, artists, singles, concerts, anything you want to know about. I'm here to review it and personally give my personal opinion on maybe you should take a listen yourself, or maybe you shouldn't even bother wasting your damn time. But first off, let me explain what Smooth Effects Reviews really is. There's a group of us that actually formed together to form Smooth Effects Reviews. We will be reviewing pretty much music, movies, TV, video games, fashion, technology, and sports. We're going to give you our personal opinions on what we feel. Is it worth your time? Or maybe even better, maybe you just need to hear the news of what's going on and what our feelings are. Maybe you can agree with us. Maybe you can disagree with us. I would love to hear your comments below. And you can definitely subscribe to us, Smooth Effects Reviews. That's what we're trying to get at right now. We're trying to make this the best reviewing place you can go to pretty much find out anything you want to know about. You got questions? We're willing to answer any questions. We're going to set up a Twitter. We got a Facebook page. We're going to do as much as we can just so you guys can go and listen to us and even put your own opinions in. We love opinions. We'd love to hear what everybody has to say. But I'd like to get into something a little more interesting. I'd like to start it off perfectly. I think this is the best way I could start something off. Last night, the 12-12-12 concert for the Sandy Relief. Now, I wasn't personally there. Gotta be honest with you, tickets were a little expensive. If you look at the crowd, you can probably see they had money. So I'd like to break it down to you, pretty much my feeling of this concert. I'm going to start off right off the bat right now. This concert was absolutely amazing. This was a great concert. I was very happy with the beginning to the end. There was a little couple parts I'm going to get into. But this concert should be known as We Still Got It, because everybody still got it. It's amazing how these old school classic rock bands, or a performer itself, still has it. They get out there and they perform and it sounds good. And that's what I love. And I love music. I love all different types of music, so I'm willing to actually appreciate what they bring to the table. And just to listen, it's really exciting and I love every moment of it. Now, I'm going to start off right off the bat with the crowd. The crowd, not pleased with. The crowd was not into it as much as I expected them to be into it, okay? First off, half the time if you look around the crowd, they're jamming a little bit, but they're not there. You're at an amazing concert. Get your damn head in the damn concert and enjoy yourself. Get up. Sing the damn lyrics. I mean, one perfect example was Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi was out there. He did, Dead or Alive. He wanted, everything. Crazy. But it's not, you're not hearing it. You don't hear the crowd into it. And it's ridiculous that I personally feel that way. The crowd, I went to a Bon Jovi concert myself, and Bon Jovi didn't even have to sing the lyrics. The crowd, the audience would sing the lyrics themselves. And that's impressive. That's the whole point. He doesn't have to sing. This, he had to sing. Until Living on a Prayer came on, everybody was, oh, I know that song. Oh, yeah. Oh. No, look. These guys have been around for so many years. All of us have heard them, especially the older people. You've been there, okay? You're telling me you don't know the words to these songs. That's pathetic. I'm 25 years old and I know almost all those words to those songs. And I was jamming with it along. I felt like I was more into it than you at the concert was. And I find that pathetic, personally. But I want to get into this first. The first performance of the night was none other than the boss himself, Bruce Springsteen, and the E Street Band, of course. Now, Bruce, I love Bruce, okay? I'm a big fan of Bruce, to a certain extent. I'm a big fan of Bruce when he came out, the young Bruce. Not a big fan of the way Bruce is nowadays. Not really feeling the music as much. I guess the times have changed in the way music is. That just doesn't fit no more. But the major thing was I was really wondering if he was going to do, Born in the USA, man. That's a great patriotic song, and obviously due to the fact of the hurricane, we need to be patriotic. We need to be together, and obviously I am from New York. I am from Brooklyn, New York. I know what happened. I was there, okay? I wasn't affected like most of these other people were, and I feel for them. Absolutely. I gave. I donated. But what I'm saying is, why don't we get a little more together with these songs? Okay, first you're going to start off, he puts out Land of Hope and Dreams. Now, I like that song. It's okay. It's not fantastic. He has plenty of other hits to do. But it was going. You had the people going with it, but they weren't too much excited. Then you got Wrecking Ball. Made a lot of sense. It was talking about how they knocked down Giant Stadium. It had nothing really to do with anything. And really, it wasn't getting the pop out of me that I expected. My City of Ruins, I'm a fan. Like the song a lot. And he had a little portion of, I believe it's Jersey's Girl in there. So, you know, it sounded good. I got a little more into the song. And then came out Jon Bon Jovi. And I'm thinking, what are they going to do? And of course they do Born to Run. I like the song. I like the way it sounded. The mic was a little off. But the fact is, they sound good together. You got an old school singer and an old school singer coming together, and it sounded fantastic. But that was all I was really impressed with when it came to Bruce Springsteen. When he brought out Bon Jovi, the show picked up a little bit more. The crowd got more excited. Not too much excited because they were still pretty shitty. So, personally, I give Bruce Springsteen's performance a thumbs up. That's as much as I'm willing to give because I know Bruce. And I've never been to a Bruce Springsteen concert, but I heard Bruce Springsteen can put on a great concert. Wasn't impressed. Not at all. Would I pay to see Bruce Springsteen if he's going to do that? No. I wouldn't put down a dime. Okay? Buy his greatest hits album. Enjoy that. Okay? Next came, oh, this was exciting, Roger Waters, Pink Floyd, man. Pink Floyd. Now, we know most of the members of Pink Floyd are dead, so we knew Roger Waters was going to have to take this on his own. Now, the fact that he came out and he did In the Flesh, he did The Happiest Days of Our Lives, and oh, my personal favorite, Another Brick in the Wall, and it was fantastic. It was great. I love the little dance thing, too. They had little kids dancing and stuff. They tried to sing it. They didn't really know the lyrics that well, which is weird, because it's very easy to constantly repeat those lyrics. They say it about, I don't know, 5-6 times in a song. He did a fantastic job. After Another Brick in the Wall came the ballad of Jean Charles D. Menzies. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, so please forgive me on that one. Then another personal one, favorite of mine, Money. That was a great Pink Floyd song. Very excited to hear that one. And, you know, I was jamming with it too. You heard the ching, ching. You knew it. Money. You were, all right, here we go. The crowd, still not into it. Where's the crowd? Where are you? You are never going to see this. When are you going to see... I mean, Roger Waters he goes on tour, but when are you going to see a Pink Floyd like this again? You're not. So get into the damn music. I know half of those people were old. You heard this song. If you're not into psychedelic rock, you're not going to be into Pink Floyd. But the point is, it's a classic band. Okay? Roger Waters is classic. You have to get into music like this. Then he came out with Us and Them, and then Comfortably Numb, which was interesting because he brought out Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam. And you know what? The dude did amazing. He actually sounded really good. And it's been a while since I've heard anything from Pearl Jam. But this guy really came out and I liked it. I really did. Okay, so I'm going to give Pink Floyd, or as we can say, Roger Waters, I'm giving that's my dude, man. That's 2 thumbs up for him. That was absolutely amazing. Loved it so much. If you're really not into Pink Floyd as much, listen. Why don't you listen to some Pink Floyd? You'd be surprised how many really great songs they have out there. I'm not the hugest Pink Floyd fan. You gotta respect the music. You gotta respect classics. And these guys, classic. Roger Waters, classic. Eddie Vedder, Pearl Jam. You don't know who Eddie Vedder is, and you didn't live in the 90s. So, Pearl Jam was a great band. Moving on to the next thing, I have Adam Sandler comes out with Paul Shaffer. This was actually really interesting. Sandy Screw You, like the Hallelujah, the whole did his own little rendition. It was actually pretty funny. I actually really enjoyed it. And it's really nice to have somebody throw a little bit of comedy into the situation that had occurred between us. He is from New York, so he does understand. You know, he hits it in the heart too, and it was great. I think we needed something like that just to pick our spirits up, especially after watching somebody like Bruce Springsteen that was really not impressing me too much, and the crowd really needed some way to get the fuck into this concert. Then, I'd like to mention this. When I saw Kristen Stewart on there, I was very disappointed in myself. Besides the fact that she's gross as hell, her personality just bothers me, and she's a little crackhead. Like, what the hell are you doing? First up, you're not from here. We don't want you here. Go back to your Twilight and get out of our face, you little, I don't even want to say it. You know what I'm trying to say. Alright, next we got Bon Jovi, starting off with It's My Life. Great song. Loving it. He actually says both my parents' names in that song, with Tommy and Gina. So, you know, it sounds good when you hear your parents' names in the song. Hey, that's my parents' name. Awesome. Then he came out, Wanted Dead or Alive. And where's the crowd? Where is the crowd? They're not in the song. Get in the song, man. Bon Jovi is the 80s and the 90s, and he's still going today, and you can't get into this? Embarrassing. Of course, who says you can't go home? Bringing back Bruce Springsteen makes complete sense. They're both from Jersey, and I liked it, actually. I actually enjoyed their performance together, but again, the crowd, not into it. Get the fuck in the song, man. Respect these artists. Okay? Get into the song. And of course, last but not least, he pulls out Living on a Prayer. Now the crowd's into it. I know this song. I know those words. So, hey, let's all sing together. Yeah, that's fine. It shouldn't take that long for you to get into this type of concert. You should be in that concert. 1, 2, 3, I'm in this concert. But you didn't. But Living on a Prayer, it was fantastic. As always, Bon Jovi doesn't disappoint. He can't disappoint. The guy, he's like 50 years old, looks like he's 30. It's amazing what he does. On the other hand, Mr. Sambora looks like he's almost 70, which is pretty scary, but that's what happens when you do enough drugs. Bon Jovi's performance, right off the bat, 2 thumbs up. Great performance. I always tip my cap off to none other than Jon Bon Jovi. But I'm getting right into the next one. We got Eric Clapton. I was so excited for this because I love Eric Clapton. Personally, I think he is the greatest guitarist alive right now. I believe that Jimi Hendrix is number 1 and Clapton's number 2. But because Jimi Hendrix is no longer with us, Eric Clapton, you are number 1 as in alive till this day. And you know what? Eric Clapton played a great show. He could have obviously did a little bit more towards his hits, but we're not there just to hear a bunch of hits. You got to keep in mind that the guy can play the guitar, and it's amazing just to watch it. That's what you're experiencing. The fact that this man, who's one of the greatest guitarists, can play all this. He played Nobody Knows When You're Down and Out, Got to Get Better in a Little While, which is actually a good song, and I personally like that. And Crossroads, I'm a huge fan of that song. And you know what? Even his little band that he had with him, the drummer and the bassist, it sounded great. They did absolutely amazing. I love Clapton, and I'll always love Clapton. So, Clapton gets 2 thumbs up from me because I'm a huge fan, and I think he did a great job. Again, where's the crowd? Never into it. Now, something a little more interesting came out when those Rolling Stones came out. Now, this was going to be interesting because the whole time I'm watching, I'm thinking, does Mick Jagger still got it? That's a stupid question. Of course Mick Jagger still got it. 70 years old, dancing like he's freaking 20. The point is Mick Jagger at his age can get more down than I can. I personally cannot get down like that. Usually he does the same moves as he did back in the freaking 70s, but the guy still got it, and it's amazing. Keith Richards, on the other hand, looks like he's going to die. And but we've been saying that for about 20 years now, and he's still rocking and rolling, so I appreciate them all the way. Well, first off, when the Rolling Stones came out, You Got Me Rockin'. Loving the song. Big fan of the Stones, regardless of whatever they do. Jumpin' Jack Flash. Was loving this. They came out, they did it amazing. Personally, they ended it at that. I wasn't happy that they had to go and do 2 songs. I mean, it's the Stones, man. We want to hear more. When do you get to see the Stones live or even just see them on television? We want to see more of the Stones. I was really hoping for Shattered, man. I was really excited. I was a Start Me Up, Shattered. I mean, they could have did so much, but you know what? They are getting old and they cannot put on the shows like they used to. Yet they're in concert putting on our shows. The Rolling Stones, you get a thumbs up from me because I wanted more, man. I wanted too much more. But I love the Stones, man. I'll always love the Stones. And but I wanted more. I wanted more. The next time we came out with Alicia Keys, really excited for this one because Alicia Keys never disappoints. She did Brand New Me and No One, which is a great song. And she sounded amazing and she looked so beautiful. She still is one of the most beautiful women alive. I don't care what anybody says. She's beautiful. And her voice is amazing. Respect her. Always respect her. She's amazing. Okay? And the crowd wasn't really into it as much as I thought maybe they would be. She had to say, put your cell phones in the air about 700 times, enough for them to finally put their cell phone in the air. Pretty pathetic where I said, because I wanted to put my cell phone in the air realizing I'm only in my house. So, but absolutely, I give Alicia Keys 2 thumbs up because Alicia Keys, you are awesome. And your voice is amazing. And I respect you and I appreciate everything you've ever done in music. So, 2 thumbs up going to Alicia Keys because she did her thing. That girl can play, that girl can sing, and goddamn, she's gorgeous. Now, we get into one of my, this was my personal favorite, man. The Who. The Who comes out, and I'm sorry, but they stole the damn show. They started off with Who Are You, which was awesome, and I've seen The Who live, and they're great. You want to see a band live, like an old school band live? If The Who is coming to your town, go see them. They're amazing. It's just so perfect. Roger Daltrey, you still got it, dude. You still got it. Pete Townsend, you still jamming, buddy. You're still rocking and rolling. A lot of people may not know this, but the drummer of The Who is actually Ringo Starr's son. Would you believe it? But the whole real point here is The Who that just came out. They do Who Are You, Bellboy, and they got Keith Moon in there, which was very interesting. I liked it a lot. Pinball Wizard. Oh, Pinball Wizard, great song. See Me, Feel Me. Now, this whole time, I'm thinking, are they going to do Bob O'Reilly? Everybody loves Teenage Wasteland. Bob O'Reilly, and boom, Bob O'Reilly. And I'm like, this is it. This is going to take it all. And it was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Right after Bob O'Reilly came Love, Rain, or Me. And Tea in Theater. I'm not really no one on that song, but it was just great. The Who was fantastic. The crowd was barely in it. And it's still such a disappointment that you have barely anything to do with the crowd. But the crowd does make a concert. That's what a lot of people don't get. The crowd does make a concert. And they weren't there. I don't know, maybe they wanted Kanye. Well, to give them good luck, next up was Kanye West. Personally, I was excited. I was thinking of all these bands that are here, what can Kanye do? Now, you have to understand they needed Kanye in this concert. Well, they didn't need Kanye, but they needed at least somebody from the hip-hop community to appear. I was really wondering why Jay-Z was not there because he's from New York, and I think he would have got a bigger pop than Kanye West did. Oh, wait, I made a mistake there. By the way, The Who, for me, I totally made a mistake. The Who gets 2 thumbs up for that friggin' performance, absolutely. But let me get back into Kanye. Kanye West tried. He really tried, man. I mean, he did the whole little renditions of all these little songs put together. First off, number 1, why are you coming out with Click? Don't do that. Don't go Lamborghini Mercying on us. Power can work. I can deal with that. Jesus Walks, let's feel that. I can work with that. All of the Lights, that's actually perfect to use for this type of event. Run This Town, yes. Keep playing, Kanye. Now you're doing good. Diamonds, that was good. Diamonds, the remix. The only problem was we're missing Jay-Z. Touch the Sky, where's Lupe? Gold Digger, I was feeling it. I was getting a little more into it. But if you notice something, the crowd was nowhere near them. I think they were doing the bathroom dance. They were doing something with themselves because I don't know what the hell they were doing. They were not into this. Then he did Good Life. He did Runaway. And he finished off with Stronger. The biggest problem of this night was that Kanye West, besides wearing a black leather skirt and a hoodie, he used auto-tune. Kanye. No! No, Kanye! No! You're surrounded by bands and artists that sing, that have amazing voices. Don't you put the auto-tune on? Don't do that. I mean, he sounds fantastic with the auto-tune, but dude, what are you doing? No. Come on, man. Come on, man. Really? You made a huge mistake. A huge mistake, buddy. And honestly, you were the worst performance of the night. I mean, that was really bad. I didn't know where to go with it. I was a little excited for Kanye because I really wanted to see what he was going to do. You know, you're the only hip-hop artist there. You got to represent the hip-hop community. What the hell was that? I mean, you finish your set, you throw the mic, and you get off the stage. You just walk off. No, thank you. You know, have a good night. I love you, New York. What the hell was that? You walk off the stage like a prick. Like, who the fuck you think you are? Now, I know Kanye West is a piece of garbage half the time. He thinks who he is. That's why we needed Jay-Z. He is the heart of New York. I could have dealt with Diddy freaking performing, and that's even worse. But at least he's with the crowd. Kanye looked like, you know, he was in it. He noticed the crowd wasn't, and he's like, fuck this shit. I'm just going to finish my set and get the fuck out of here. I wouldn't be surprised if he talked shit about how the fans were to him. Because he's a dick like that. But Kanye West, you get nothing, my friend. You did terrible. Number one, it was the wrong crowd for you. And number two, auto-tune. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're in a concert of artists and bands that they play real instruments. Don't get me wrong, Kanye West can play an instrument, but they play real instruments. Half the songs you have are jocking off of these artists, besides Alicia Keys. And you're just not there. Oh my God. You might as well have T-Pain on the stage. Absolutely bad. I give you nothing for that, my friend. That was terrible, and you should never be invited to another charity event ever again after that performance. You thought you were at Summer Jam. Sorry, buddy. No. Moving on to the next one. I'm going to get back into something that's good. Actually, another personal favorite of mine, Billy Joel. And Billy Joel was rocking, man. That dude was killing it. I was loving it because I'm a huge fan of Billy Joel. He got a little big, if you've noticed. He's not the same Billy Joel no more, but the dude still got that voice, and he still rocks out on that piano. One man that can sit down, besides Elton John, sit down at a piano and just rock his life out. Coming out with Miami 2017, I'm feeling it. I'm getting into it. Loving it. Now, moving out, I love that song. I love that song so much. I was jamming away with him. I liked how he did Have Yourself a Merry Christmas. It's nice because the holiday season coming up. You know, worked out really well. A little rendition that they had. New York State of Mind. Who knew that was going to be played? The River of Dreams. Loving it because I'm a huge fan of that song. And I love how he's been walking in the middle of the night. I don't know how he's been getting up from his bed. As big as he is. He's probably very upset that Hostess has actually been closing down. Because Billy, get your ass into a treadmill, my friend. Because we want to see you. We want to see you get up and do the Uptown Girl and dance all over the place again. That was Billy Joel. I mean, he's, like I said, he's still got, the guy can still sing. I don't know what happened with him. You May Be Right. Love that song. Keep going, Billy. And then Only the Good Die Young, which is a classic Billy Joel song. And it worked out perfectly, and it sounded fantastic. Very, very, very happy with that. Billy Joel put on a fantastic show. 2 thumbs up for my man Billy Joel, because Billy Joel, salute my cap to you always, my friend. I'd love to see Billy Joel live in concert. There's no doubt about it. Next up came Chris Martin of Coldplay. Now, this one I wasn't excited about. I'm like, Chris Martin. You know, he did Viva La Vida. I do like that song. But I started noticing that, you know what, he's actually not that bad. He's a very good singer. The guy can play guitar very well. And he played the piano very well. And he's actually a really good performer. And it turns out he's pretty funny. He's actually a very nice guy, as you can see the way he was speaking. Now, this is where things turned for a little worse. He did Losing My Religion, and he brought out Michael Stipe of R.E.M. Excited? Yes. Until he sang. I don't know why. I've been told today many people actually believe that he did a great job. I know he's been out of music for a while. He retired. But my God, that was not good. Chris Martin could have did that all by himself, and it would have sounded fantastic. It's like, I don't know. I love the song, but I was not feeling it. He doesn't sound right. And I'm sorry, I'm a huge R.E.M. fan. But no, dude, no. It didn't sound right to me. I mean, when Chris Martin started singing, like first, you know, Michael Stipe started singing, and then Chris Martin jumped in, I was like, thank God, because this was getting worse. And I'm just very disappointed in that. Chris Martin then finished off with Us Against the World. It was fantastic. Like I said, he's an amazing performer. And after actually seeing that, I would love to see Coldplay live. Absolutely fantastic. Chris Martin, thumbs up for that one. You did a great job. Michael Stipe, I didn't give you nothing. Sorry, dude. I'm a big fan of you, but Jesus Christ. That was bad. But, gotta get into none other than Sir Paul McCartney. Huge fan. This guy can't do no wrong. He can't. He cannot do no wrong. Sir Paul McCartney, you are the man. Started off with a Beatles song, Helter Skelter. Oh, man, that was awesome. I loved it. And, you know, it was great to freaking hear it. Going into Let Me Roll It, 1985. Then he did My Valentine, which I do not like that song. It's boring. Okay, it's really fucking boring. And he did Blackbird. Now it was getting interesting. Now, like I said, Paul McCartney can't do no wrong. And now came the time everybody wanted. Their Nirvana reunion. Now, we obviously all know Kurt Cobain dead. Dave Grohl, he gets Paul McCartney to do this. Now, I'm not going to hate on it. Don't hate on it. It's Paul McCartney. It is an honor for Nirvana to be working with him. It is not his honor to be working with them. I am a huge Dave Grohl fan, and I love Nirvana, but the fact is when Paul McCartney is your lead singer, and you're doing your grunge band, but if he's your lead singer, it's an honor for you. Paul McCartney is one of the best, one of the greatest. They did cut me some slack, which was actually, from what I've heard, it's a new song. They actually wrote it for this performance, and you know what? I liked it. I didn't hate. I liked it. A lot of people were like, this is ridiculous. Why aren't they doing that smells like Team Spirit? You know why? Because they're not trying to disrespect Kurt Cobain. That's why they're not going to do a classic Nirvana song. It was great to see Dave Grohl on the drums again. That's what I was hoping for. I didn't care what Paul McCartney did. He could have did another Beatles song and Dave Grohl could have drummed. I didn't care. I wanted to see Dave Grohl on those drums. So it was really nice to see that happen again. I was hoping for more, as everybody else was, but let's be honest, Paul McCartney is not Kurt Cobain, but he is Sir Paul McCartney. After that one, actually, their performance I give a thumbs up, because like I said, we all wanted more, and though, what could you really possibly have expected? Then he came out with I've Got a Feeling, finished off with Wings, Live and Let Die, perfect song, love the song. I loved how the pyro went off and he couldn't hear afterwards, that was pretty funny. He brings everybody on the stage, and Alicia Keys comes out, does Empire State of Mind, kind of hoping for Jay-Z, but nah, she did part 2, and it was her own personal version. It was fantastic. Paul McCartney, 2 thumbs up. Paul McCartney doesn't do no wrong. I'm sorry, just like Elton John, just like all these performers back in the day, they do no wrong. They do no wrong. I would like to say that this concert, if you were there, was absolutely fantastic, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got into it, because from what I've seen, nobody was into it. At parts they were, but really they weren't. So I was a little disappointed in that. But this concert is fantastic. I am a huge fan. And I'd watch that over and over again. It was a great concert. And as a New Yorker, as somebody that dealt with Hurricane Sandy, I appreciate all those artists regardless of what they have done and what they didn't do when they were on stage. The fact Kanye did terrible, and the fact is that he did it for charity, and you gotta appreciate that much out of him. Could have did better and could have had somebody else there, but he did it for charity, did it for New York, and you have to appreciate that. And it's true. That's a lot of people don't understand. You have to appreciate. But like I said, this show should have been renamed They Still Got It. Because I'm telling you right now, man, they all still got it. Fantastic concert. If you haven't seen it yet, please watch the concert. It's fantastic. And enjoy it. I enjoy it the way we all enjoyed it. Again, my name is TJ Smooth, and this was your Smooth Effex review of the 12-12-12 concert in Madison Square Garden in New York City.